So Dean, what is Experian's strategy for application modernisation?
So Experian have been on this journey for a couple of years now. We're investing huge amounts of money into modernising all of our application approaches. So things like big data. So we're using big data to consolidate all of our data assets, making it making it much more available to our products, which ultimately means that the clients and consumers get a much better outcome from what we provide as our services.
Okay.
That extends then onto APIs. So APIs are driving mobile apps and business data feeds inside and outside, which allows us to then provide much greater availability, again, to our clients and our consumers.
Sounds good.
So what that then leads on to is something else we're working on is platform as a service.
Okay.
So we're containerizing all of our application development, and that's been extended to a global solution. In fact, all of those topics that we've just talked about, they're all global solutions. So what that means is that all of our developers across the world can develop a product. If they develop it in one region, we can then take that product, put it in another region, tweak it slightly so that it fits exactly the regional nuance, if you like. And then we have that product for release. So it's a much faster development cycle. And with the containerization, of course, it means that we can upgrade and make enhancements much, much quicker and provide greater value very much quicker.
Sounds like a great strategy. So how does workload automation underpin the strategy?
So what we're doing is working on the platform as a service currently, trying to integrate the TWS agents at this point into platform as a service, which gives our developers and ultimately our operation support teams greater control over the workflow.
Okay.
At the moment, the developers are developing code. It's lots of bits of code, as it would be within a containerized environment. And microservices is obviously something that we're aiming for because it makes development much quicker and slicker.
Sure.
With all of that in mind, we want to provide the service, or we're looking to provide the service that allows the operation support teams to have this front-end graphical interface, which TWS obviously supplies.
Yeah, sure.
And gives them greater control over the sequence of events, and if failures occur, well, they can easily interface with that.
Okay.
Which then means they don't have to delve into the world of containers and understand all of the containerization and how OpenShift works and that whole data platform as a service infrastructure. And then that platform as a service infrastructure is also leading on to things like cloud, so infrastructure in the cloud. Experian are working a great deal into that space as well. So it gives us a much more elastic scalability, which is really what every company needs these days.
So what are Experian's future plans for workload automation?
So taking it further on from the agent installation into the platform as a service scenario, because with the latest release of 9.5, we're looking at what opportunities that presents. And obviously, containerization of the masters, the controlling factor, is brilliant because, as I mentioned, platform as a service is a global solution, which gives us then reach for a workload automation scenario into every region in the world.
So how many regions are we talking about?
So we've got 8 regions currently. Well, currently there are 8 regions across the globe. Those are largely split up because of the way that the data management rules apply across various countries.
So GDPR, as an example.
As an example for a UK, yeah, absolutely. We then got, so if you take that, you've got obviously Australia, and that falls into the APAC region. So you've got Malaysia and those countries.
Yeah, sure.
The US, and then you've got South America. So those are separate entities. UK, Europe. So you can tell that there's lots of things to think about, lots of data manipulation and data carriage across those borders, which is a challenge as part of our business. But having those masters in those regions gives us immediate access and access control, and the operation support teams control over the workload in those areas.
Okay.
So we can provide the administration from the UK or wherever that happens to be. And it's a service. So we're looking to provide workload automation as a service, really.
Sounds fantastic.